The outstretched arm and the right hand of God were the powers behind the plagues and other catastrophes of the Exodus, including parting the Sea of Passage and slaying the dragon, Leviathan. According to Jeremiah's record, this same outstretched arm, and presumably the same right hand, were the creative power behind the creation of the earth and life upon it. The Lord made this claim to the prophet. Jeremiah later acknowledged in a prayer the role of the Lord's outstretched arm in the creation, adding that the arm also was instrumental in forming the heaven, referring to the planets above earth. The Lord declared to Israel through the prophet Isaiah that he laid the foundation of the earth, measured and spread out the heavens. At times, the fingers of the hand of God separated and spread apart, as this representation from Veracruz demonstrates. This is the imagery used for the Lord's spanning the heavens as a hand. The original Hebrew, translated literally, means that the fingers of the hand spread out. The intended meaning is that the hand and its fingers were spread to use it to measure the heavens. Isaiah used the same imagery earlier when the span of God's hand is used to measure heaven. It was the heavenly span that became the prototype of the terrestrial unit of measure, as above, so below. When the Lord laid the earth's foundation and spread out the heavens with his hand, his voice in heaven called out the planets, which stood up together. By the planets standing up together, Isaiah is describing the ancient creation story, where the ancient planet gods first appeared in the heaven together, or more precisely, in alignment.
Then the emergence or clarification of a vast sphere called heaven when heaven was close to the earth. Then the differentiation of male and female aspects in conjunction as a central eye, heart, or soul, the primeval seed of creation.
As they appeared, there was a great sound in heaven, interpreted as a voice. God had called out to the heavens, or planets. This was the word of God, as we have discussed previously. The sound was an effect of tremendous burst of light from Venus.
Then erupting from the triangular form, a heaven-shattering explosion, remembered as the terrifying glory, a visible, reverberating shout announcing the active phases of creation. The symbols of this violent discharge converge globally, always conveying the idea of radiating fire and light, producing a sea of luminous ejecta, the primeval matter, or raw material of creation.
This burst formed the plasma jets, which eventually formed the rayed crown and the fingers of the hand of God.
The explosive outflow gave the appearance of protection around an invulnerable spot, the location of the warrior god, the celestial prototype of the warrior king on earth. The symbolism is universal and found its broadest expression in the radiant crown of kings. The crown signified the primeval glory, the centerpiece of creation mythology, and for the same reason it meant the conjunction or marriage of the king and the goddess.
The powerful outstretched arm and mighty hand will return at the apocalypse, pouring out the fury of that day. It will parallel the Exodus of ancient times. All nations shall once again see the holy arm of the Lord as he bears it in the heavens. As the polar configuration reconstitutes, so will the outstretched arm and right hand of God. The arm and hand will assist in gathering Israel as a shepherd gathers his flock. With his arm as the rod-like scepter, Jesus Christ shall rule. The arm of God shall come down upon the earth with flame, devouring fire, scattering, tempest, and hailstone, meaning bolides.